Diane Johns.
Right, and what do you do here?
I'm the treasurer, I'm the volunteer coordinator, bookkeeper, you name it. Well, you are in the original hospital that was built in around Queensland. It was the, what would you call it, the midwifery department. The other part of the hospital actually came up from Curadella, that's near Cloncurry, shipped up here to Mount Isa. This was actually built onto it, and it was based over where the base hospital is now. That's where it used to be.
So this is the entrance we're going into now.
That's the exit there, the entrance
the exit.
around here.
Right.
Now, there was a small amount of explosives used just to sort of get them started, but all inside was done with pick and shovel. The guys worked 8 hours over at the mine, come over here, put in 2 or 3 hours on a, 24-hour basis, and they had it going all the time, and they had it completed within about 15 weeks, which was a pretty good effort actually.
Yeah.
This is what was here in 42.
Wow.
Beth had the foresight to, or someone had the foresight to sort of store it away, and so when they sort of restored this, they had a lot of the original material at hand.
Yeah.
The original roof was made from railway sleepers, and
because babies were going to be born here and everything.
oh well, that's what they expected, because they had a few ladies that were pregnant, so they had all the bassinets set up. They had all the stirrups up there set up. Down here they had electricity on. They had electricity on, so they had a sterilisation department going. This is the outpatients department here. This is where the nurses used to come down and sleep through the day.
Yeah,
this is where the water was connected. So this is a lovely little operating table.
Oh,
and I remember getting my tonsils out when I was 5 with just that over there.
And the gas.
And, whatever
the
it was,
chloroform.
Chloroform.
Yeah.
They found a lot of stuff along here, for instance, that they've actually they have actually labelled a lot of it. This is the medicine.
Chest.
They're all 1942 medicines in there. That's all partially used by day. That's Eileen Richardson, our nurse. She's 97. So if you want to keep your complexion,
Wow. You look
you
like...
stay underground, don't you? It was never used for what it was built for. The only use it got was for the nurses who came down here to sleep after their night shift. They'd come down here, and that went on for a few years until they got their air conditioning in their own facilities.
So really it's now, so they actually opened it, or they didn't really open it, or it was almost ready to open and they didn't have the problem of the bombing.
Well, that's right. Well, the Japanese were held up. They were stopped in the Pacific, and they'd probably bitten off more than they could chew. Although it's funny, I'm just back from the Canberra War Memorial. Have you ever been over there?
Yes.
And I spoke to the historian there, and he was quite definite about saying that the Japanese never really intended to invade Australia. And there seems to be a bit of a theory about that they actually didn't have plans to invade Australia. But, I mean, when you consider that Broome was bombed and they dropped a bomb at Townsville and...
Exactly.
And the other thing that I find paradoxical is that they had in place at the time, or so I've been told, that might need verifying. Have you heard of the Brisbane line?
Yes.
Yeah, well, which meant the top part of Australia was going to be left undefended. You sort of find that a bit paradoxical that you build an underground hospital if, that it wasn't going to be defended by anyone.